Murphy didn't fire cop, the top cop for the abuses in prisons in New Jersey.
Mr. Murphy, physical and sexual abuse at the Edna Man Women's Prison have been well documented and egregious. In January, news reports detailed corrections officers assaulting female inmates. Many called for you to fire the corrections commissioner. You did not. He finally
Did
resigned. But months later, you still
Did you hear that? People were calling him to fire somebody who clearly should have been fired, and Murphy didn't.
have not nominated a replacement. Why didn't you act then, and why are you not acting now?
First of all, what happened in January was disgusting,
Of
and
course,
not the first awful thing to
of
happen at
course.
Edna Mahan. This has been building for decades. The Attorney General has arrested 10 individuals associated with that. I formed immediately an independent investigation. When that investigation was concluded, I said, we're going to close Edna Mahan, and we are going to close it. That can's been kicked down the road for 20 or 30 years, and it's not going to get kicked down the road any further. The commissioner, absolutely right, resigned. We have an outstanding interim commissioner, Victoria Kuhn, who's doing, I think, a very good job. She's been dealt a tough hand. I think she's doing an outstanding job, but we are still in the process of a national search for that position, and she'll be certainly a part of that. But it's an awful, awful legacy in our state's prison history, and we got to.
Didn't answer the question. The question was, and let's go back to it. I mean, it's instructive to hear how this politician avoids the question. I didn't hear an answer. I know you didn't hear an answer. So let's hear the question.
Commissioner, you did not. He finally resigned. But months later, you still have not nominated a replacement. Why didn't you act then, and why are you not acting now?
First of all, what happened in January?
Why didn't you act then? Didn't answer. Gave zero answer to that. And then why aren't you acting now? Make some statement about we're still looking. You're still looking after months and months and months. And instead you're closing the facility. Jack's response.
Let me say this with regard to the Edmond prison. There was nothing wrong with the building they're tearing down. What was wrong was the leadership.
Yeah,
The
there you
Department
go.
of Justice was here over a year ago, called it a rape camp, gave the administration about a dozen recommendations, came back a year later because of an expose, and found none of the recommendations had been done. It was a failure of leadership, not the bricks and mortar building.
I just want to, throw in there that's a great response because it's the truth. What you heard from Murphy was hemming and hawing, not sure, dancing, and trying to come up with an answer that would fit the bill. But ultimately, what you come down to is he didn't have a good answer. It's like Jack said, over a year later, what are you doing?